Dear friend, I think we can start the last part of the afternoon session of the Congress. First of all, I would like to welcome our friend Mr. Chung to the Congress, and on behalf of World Archery, I thank him very much for his continuous support for our great sport. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And then I give the floor our Secretary General for the Olympic Games reports.
Thank you, President. I'm not going to talk very long. I will just introduce the delegation of Rio. So delegation of Rio is over there. So we are very pleased and honored to have the sports director of the Rio Olympic Games here. It's the first time we welcome him in our Congress. We've seen him many times, but we are very pleased to welcome him in our Congress to give the presentation just before the test tournament, and then, of course, just before the Olympic Games next year in Rio. And we have appropriate music, of course.
Well, that's a very good welcome, Tom. Thank you very much for that. Dear President, dear friends from the World Archery family, I'm very pleased to be here with you. And I would like to say, President, that it's an honor to be here. It is also, a unique opportunity to get out of the house in the middle of these, Olympic and Paralympic organization. Anyone who has worked for any organizing committee understand quite well what I'm going through. With just 1 year to go, we are very, very busy. We are just starting a series of test events by next week, and then we also have your test event. So I think the year, or at least the second semester of 2015 for us is going to be quite busy. But I think in the end it will work as it always does. But with the help of each and every one of you, I would like to thank President personally, Tom and Juan Carlos, for the great work that we have been doing together with the two of them. No organizing committee can achieve the results that we want to achieve without the involvement and the participation, the close participation of the International Federation, who actually are the ones that have the knowledge to guide any organizing committee in the organization of any sporting event. So thank you, Tom, and thank you, Juan Carlos, for your partnership, for your friendship, and for your guidance, okay? So without taking much of your time, I'm going to move this presentation. I will take you through, the setup of, the organization of your event in Brazil. For those that have seen our master plan, I will repeat, where, the events will take place, and focus mainly on archery, okay? And I hope this works. No, not yet. Okay. Okay, we just move. Okay. For those that have not yet seen the master plan of the Rio 2016 Games, we are divided in 4 zones of the city, and archery is right in the center of the city. We call, the Copacabana zone, the Maracanã zone, and I will show exactly where you are in Rio. Okay, 2, 3, Copacabana, and then the other one in Deodoro. So we are in Copacabana, very close to the Maracanã Stadium. You know that we are going to organize the archery competition, Olympic and Paralympic, in the Sambadrome, the home of the Carnival Parade. It was an idea during the bid time that we would like to mix a traditional sport with, one of the most important festivities that we have in our country and in our city, which is Carnival. hopefully that we can also, play some samba, throughout the competition so that we can keep everybody entertained during the competition in there, okay? So just move, that's where you are in the Sambodrome. The Maracanã Stadium, for those that don't know, it is the stadium that we're going to use for opening and closing ceremony. We're not going to host the, traditionally, the opening and closing ceremony in the Olympic Stadium. We're going to use the Maracanã because the Maracanã, for us Brazilians and football, irrespective of the 7-1 that we lost to Germany, we're still a football country, and Maracanã is an iconic stadium in that country, and we want to use it for the opening and closing ceremony, as well as the semifinals and finals of football, of course. Okay, so the Sambodrome, that's a venue that exists, and we will adapt the venue to meet the needs of your sport. We have been doing that in partnership with World Archery. That's, the design that we have. The arch that you have in there, is called the Praça de Apoteose, and that's pretty much, where we're going to take place the event that's, that's right in that area. And then we have the finals, the training and ranking round field, right, in that Apoteose square. Then the finals will take place adjacent to that. We are finalizing the master plans to share with the World Archery. Elimination and elimination fields, and also in there. A little bit of on weather. Rio de Janeiro in August and September we have the driest part of the year in those months. So the weather is not too hot. We consider that winter for Rio de Janeiro. For those that know what winter means, it's summer for you, or spring, but that's our winter. So we have around 22 degrees during the day. In the evenings, it goes down to 19, 18, and not much of rainfall in that period of the year. Okay, that's for the Olympics. September for the Paralympics, the same. 23 degrees, 19, a little bit more of rainfall. But we haven't had much of rain. Actually in August and September, so I don't think we should have any problem to host both events in dry weather during the Olympics and Paralympic Games. Those are the dates for the Olympic archery, and that's pretty much what we have as far as competition schedule. So we start on the on 5th of August with the competition round and robin. And then we have the men's final individual on August 6th, and then the women's on 7th, and then the teams, and then we have the individuals on August 11th, men's, and then on August 12th, the ladies. That's for the Olympics. On the Paralympic, we start on the 10th and finish on the 17th of September. And that's what we have as far as the Paralympic competition is scheduled. I would like to show you a little bit of the village. I understand from past games that the Olympic and Paralympic village, it is a major concern of any organizing committee. And luckily for us, this village is being developed by a private company. It is a private business. The apartments are high-level apartments that are being sold as we speak to the owners of those apartments. We are renting those apartments for the period of the Olympic and Paralympic Games, and we are paying the owners of these business, quite a lot of money to use those venues for the period of the games. And then we will make a retrofit and deliver that back to them so that they can deliver to the owners. And it's quite a nice venue. I brought a video to illustrate to you how the village is right now. I would say that we have just about 80% of the village completed, and you can see for yourself where we are. Okay. This video was produced by the company that is building the village. It is a promotional video to sell the apartments for the public in general. So this village is quite close to the main Olympic parks that we have in Barra. So for the sports that we'll be playing around there, it's quite convenient. Archery is not there, but it's not too far away. So opening the village during the Olympic Games on the 24th of July, closing on the 24th of August. For the Paralympic on the 31st of August and finishing on the 20th of September. Just a bit of figures so you can understand. 7 condominiums, 31 towers, 17 floors for each one of those towers, 3,604 apartments, 19,602 beds, just, so you understand, the trouble that we're going to have to manage all of that. 9 residents per apartment, 2 per room, which I think is a good rate. That's the distance that we have from the Olympic Village and Paralympic Village to the Samodrome, 32 kilometers. And I would say there's approximately 40 minutes by bus on the Olympic Lane, which I think is not too bad, okay, considering the distance. But and we can achieve that because we have made some tests with the lanes during the weekends, so that we can have an estimate time. That's the time that we have to offer to the athletes and to those that will be lodged in the Olympic and Paralympic Village. Okay. We have a test event coming up. We're gonna have the test event pretty much in the same molds that we have the Olympic Games, with the same number of athletes in the same place. We're going to test the major parts of the field of play. We want to understand how the functional areas will work during this test event, so that we can make adjustments if needed in the team and the way that we're going to organize the competition next year. That's mainly what we want. Those are the figures that we have. The date is from 15th to the 22nd of September. 128 athletes, including some of the Paralympics also. 17 ITOs, 9 NTOs, world ranking event. We are just, closing the final preparations for this event. We have a few others before yours, and should welcome any of you that would like to join us for the test event. I think it's going to be a good opportunity for you to have a feeling of the city before the games next year. That's the proposed competition schedule for the test event. And that's pretty much what I had to show you. If you have any question, please, you can address that to me. If I know the answer, I can answer. If not, I'll take notes and answer them late. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Alberto. So, as Alberto said, first of all, he's ready to answer questions. We will also have the competition manager, Luis Almeida, will be here towards the end of the championships. So he will be, especially if there is any particular questions on the test event or on the Olympics that you want to address, he will be more than ready to help them when he's here. But if there is any urgent question that you wish to ask to the sports director of the Rio Olympic Games, it's the moment. If not, thank you very much, Alberto, for coming and for being here. We wish you a very good trip also to Kuala Lumpur, where you will join our president very soon. And look forward to seeing you in September at the test event and, of course, at the Olympics next year in August.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
My friends, now we move to the last item of today's agenda, our awards. Podium is yours, Tom.
Okay, thank you very much, President. So we will have several types of awards, as is the habit. Normally we do it on the second day of Congress, as you know, but since our President has to leave tomorrow afternoon to Kuala Lumpur, it was decided to do it at the end of the first day. It's a little bit against tradition, but I think we have to adapt to the situation. So the first awards will be the Nations Awards for the World Cup. As you know, for the World Cup, we have an award for the most successful teams of the season. And I asked the President to join me to help to distribute the awards. The third place of the Nations Award for 2014 is for Mexico. I think Mexico is not here, so I ask the President of World Archery Americas, Maria Emma, to take the award on behalf of Mexico. Okay, please stay here, so we'll make a group photo afterwards. The second place is to the Federation of Korea. So if we can ask the President of the Korean Federation to join us also on the stage. And then the first place goes, and it's not the first time I think, to the United States of America. So Denise Parker. Okay, if we can make perhaps a quick group photo over there, and then I'm sure we will take care of. Okay, now I ask Evelyn Papadopoulou to join me on the stage for the Women in Sport Awards.
Thank you, Tom. In each World Archery Congress, Gender Equity Awards are awarded to women for their outstanding contribution and remarkable services in archery. The 2015 Women in Archery Family Awards will be given to Mrs. Katuna Narimanidze, President of Georgian Archery Federation, an active athlete for her outstanding contribution and remarkable services to our administrative structure and simultaneously to sport training contribution and performance as athlete of archery. The 31 trainer in sports school Batumi, Georgia, Mrs. Narimanidze, has recently achieved to be one of the few women presidents of an archery federation by leading the Georgian Archery Federation to an administrative and competitive development. Besides this important mission, Mrs. Narimanidze is an active athlete, member of the Georgian national team since 2008, with participation in major archery events with a top performance. The Member Associations and Family Athletes Award is given to the member associations with the biggest number of female athletes' participation in the World Cup stages, in addition of the 2 years prior every World Archery Congress. The 2015 Member Association and Female Athletes Awards for their biggest number of female athletes' participation in World Cup stages 2013 and 2014 are given to the member associations of, with 59 women participations, third place is for Mexico. I think Mexico is not here, but Mrs. Emma she was also awarded last Congress. Second place with 63 women athletes participants, the 2 years is India. Thank you. And first place, with only one more women athlete participation, 64, is United States of America. Thank you for supporting women participation in all levels.
Evelyn, if you can draw for the photo. Thank you very much. And also thank very much to Evelyn for every time organizing the ceremony and arranging for the plaquettes. Okay, we now go to a very special ceremony. This is a ceremony, this is unique, and the person receiving the plaquette is absolutely not aware of it, as far as I know. So I asked the continental presidents to join me. Mr. Chung, Mario, Aladin Gabber, our friend from Tonga, Mr. Jensen, and Maria Emma. Please, if you, yeah, we can. So some time ago, the president of World Archery Asia contacted me and asked if I could contact the 4 other continental presidents. Now, it took some time, and in the meantime, we had some new presidents in certain continental associations, but in the end, we were able to do it. And the idea was that all 5 continental associations would give a very special plaquette, a very special award to our president. So we ask now Mr. Chung, on behalf of his colleagues, to give an award to our president, thanking him for the contribution he made to making archery an important Olympic sport as such. Yes, we can. I think for picture would be better if we move to the side. So it's also quite unique to have all our 5 continental presidents in the same room. I think it's the first time we have achieved this as far as I have been in World Archery. So thank you to all continental presidents to be here as well. Okay, then we come to our more traditional plaquettes. So the first one is a bronze plaquette. So bronze plaquettes, as you know, the Constitution, are decided by our executive board. The person is not here. We will give the award at a later occasion, but I want to inform you of the nominee, and it's Mrs. Miriam El Mahiri from Morocco for organizing for 3 years now already the Indoor World Cup in Africa. It's the first major tournament that has been held in Africa indoor, and we are very proud that Africa is part of our Indoor World Cup, so we will present the award at the next Indoor World Cup in Marrakesh this year to Miriam El Mahiri, but another example of a woman making a fantastic contribution to our sport of archery. So congratulations. The second award is going to, I think, the most productive coach in archery. He has been coach of many archers. The statistics I received was he's coached people successfully from 46 countries and more than 2,000 people already. He just won a gold medal in compound with his team, which was a new experience for him, and I ask Mr. Chung to come and join the president here to give the award to another representative of the Korean Federation. So the award is for the tomorrow retiring member of the coaches committee, Mr. Kim Young-tak. So Mr. Chung will give the award to Mr. And I'm sure that we will find a good occasion in Korea to give it to Mr. Kim Young-tak with our sincere congratulations.
Congratulations. He's a really very important person.
Thank you. Okay, the next award, and perhaps we have Mario joining the president for this one as well, is going to a person. He's been chairman of Judge Commission at the Olympic Games. He's been one of my opponents at a tournament, but he can tell about that later on. He's been a member of the field committee for many, many years. He's been chairman of that committee for years. Silver Awards, the Congress has to approve it. I forgot it for the first one, but I think your applause approved it. So again, as a token of your approval, Mr. Derek Lovell. Mario, if you can join us.
Congratulations. Thank you very much for your great.
Congratulations, Lovell. Be careful.
Capacity.
The next person we would like to give a silver plaquette to, he's been on the coaches committee as long as I know the coaches committee exists. He's been working on many manuals, many guidebooks, and he's done a lot of work on the coaches committee. And if you agree, we will give a silver plaquette to Mr. Ken Bierman, also from Archery GB.
Congratulations and thank you very much for your great effort serving for many years with this great sport. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Then the next person, he has organized many, many important indoor events. He has organized successfully 2 indoor world championships, of which one will stay in the memory of many, many, and it is Mr. Olivier Gruillard from France. So if we can ask Mr. Clairoy to take the prize on behalf of him, and maybe Philippe can come and join me and the president to give the award. So Mr. Olivier Gruillard will get the award in the near future. He's actually here later this week.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
I forgot to mention also for Olivier that he was also, of course, one of the creators, of course, of the Indoor World Cup, and another person that played an enormous role in the creation of that Indoor World Cup we will honor now. He's also organized the World Indoor Championships last year. He organized this year the Youth World Championships in Yankton. And he also organized the first ever World Archery Gala this year in Vegas. I'm talking of Mr. Bruce Cull from the United States of America. Then the next person has also co-organized an Indoor World Cup, but we will remember especially he's worked on several para events, and especially the World Para Archery Championships in Thailand. Mr. Paul Shanvit, he's not here, but we'll ask the representative of Thailand to come here, and then Sangwan, if he can join us as well on the stage. So Mr. Paul Shanvit from Thailand, the organizer of the Para Championships in Bangkok, and that was 2 years ago. Then there is one more person that we will give, if you agree, an award to, but we will present it at the Asian Championships or Asian Cup next year in Bangkok, because we knew he was not going to be here. The other ones we were expecting to be here, but we knew for this particular person he was not. He's been, for many years, one of the leading figures in Asia. He's been honorary first vice president of World Archery Asia, and he has worked for many, many years together with our honorary president on the Board of Justice and Ethics. I'm talking about Major Barudin from Malaysia. If you agree with the nomination, and we will present the award to him in the near future. Okay, this is the end of the plaquettes, and I give now the floor back to the President for some closing remarks, and then I'll give you some logistical information.
Thank you, Tom. My friends, we reached to the end of this session. I believe that we had a very productive day altogether, especially including our workshops. Thank you very much for all your contributions. And then again, I have to give the floor to my Secretary General for some logistical explanations. Thank you very much again. See you tomorrow morning. See you in the reception tonight and here in the morning. Thank you.
Okay, so I think the most important point was already mentioned by our President. We welcome you at the reception, which will be at the Bella Sky Hotel, basically as soon as we are there. So we will have buses waiting for you outside now to take you to the Bella Sky. For the ones that want to join their team in the Scandic Hotel, there is also a bus service for that, but most of the buses will go to the Bella Sky. There will be indication there where the reception will take place, and we welcome you there for a welcome reception, and we hope you will enjoy the evening there. Some other important information for the tablets: if you haven't given them back yet, please give them back now or leave them on the table so we can make sure that they are fully charged and we can use them tomorrow for the voting. We also would like to remind you, tomorrow the schedule is the same. The buses will leave between 7:45 and 8:15 and will bring you back here. People that are in the Scandic and will go to the reception, there will be a bus service from the Bella Sky to the Scandic approximately 2 hours after the reception has started. I wish you all a good evening, and I'll see you in a few moments in the Bella Sky Hotel. Thank you.